Right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Love Island Cast Australia. I am one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host and very good friend is Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Well, hello there, Chris. I thought I'd fuck you up a bit this morning. We've been doing so many Australian accents. Just throw you.
Dave, that was, I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to do now, do you? That was
no.
Yep, nailed it. So, where should we start today? We can only start at the end. You know, we've been laying into Matt a little bit and for crying, and I saw her on the Facebook page earlier. You know, create a drinking game. When Matt starts crying, you have to drink. And yeah, he was in the thick of it, in the thick of the drama at the end there, wasn't he?
Oh, Dave, I mean, you're right. You're so right. And I know we've gone from Owen to Matt, and we're like, oh, and there's loads of people saying the same thing. You know, have a drink every time he cries and stuff. There's loads saying it. You're right. I saw the same post. But my God, I honestly think he's doing a number on them girls. I think he's fucked up completely. And I think it was a bit of bitterness towards Jordan. Now, I'm not stealing your thunder, Dave. You explain what you saw with Jordan at the end, because I thought it was a classic.
Well, I do like it when, and this is not by accident, this is the producers playing with us when, or helping them write their lines, because I'm not having that when they stand up there, they're just completely speaking ad hoc, you know, and just making it up. It's all very deliberate. And, you know, what Matt was saying, the words that he was speaking, you know, about making a connection straight away, you're thinking Jordan. And, you know, she's having a little bit of a smirk there, isn't she? She's like, yeah, nailed this one. And I fucking love it, Chris, when they say someone else. It's just so good. There you go. Pissed on your chips, didn't I?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right, because what was interesting was Jordan had messed Matt up and basically said, you've got the personality, but Owen's got this body and, you know, and he's got everything I want to look at as eye candy. I know that's debatable, certainly even by me as a hetero man. I genuinely debate that there's better looking guys in there, but he had the package. He's got the Momoa look. He's got this, you know, caveman thing about him. And she sort of said, like, she even said at times to Owen, you know, I like spending time with Matt. He makes me laugh. But she never made any moves. And then lo and behold, fucking Owen leaves. And the next minute, she's trying to put it on Matt. So Matt was completely, in my eyes, fucked it all up, Dave, the way he'd been talking. Because he did lie to her completely. But she's not really got any leg to stand on. She was getting proper arsey, bitch face and all. And it's like, but you fucked him about just because your partner's gone. That's the name of the game. And I'm sorry, as much as I'm not sure about Isabella, who he picked, I genuinely still think he probably did the right thing. But again, in typical Matt fashion, he didn't handle it at all correct, Dave.
Oh, what was he fucking doing? He's like, oh, can we have a coffee after? It's just, oh, just fucking let us stew. He does not read the situation at all, does he? I mean, again, I agree. I think Jordan had absolutely no one else to blame. She picked that Neanderthal twat. So you made your bed, lie in it, you know. So I've got no time for her because she's fucking gone after him, right? But you know, I think it's just the way he'd done it. Like, say, the words that he was speaking, he sort of set her up for that fall rather expertly, I think. And so, but at the end, she's like, oh, everyone says, oh, poor Matt. And, you know, fuck him, he's had it easy. You know, I just thought it was brilliant. But so, yeah, I in her heart of hearts, I don't know why she thought that Matt would go running back to her. And I know, you know, we talk about Isabel and she put him straight in the friend zone, but she hasn't fucked him over for someone else. So she might do. And that's what Jordan was saying, wasn't it? She, oh, you know, if another guy comes in, you don't think Isabel's head will turn. Well, yeah, it might do, but yours actually did. So,
Yeah.
and you know what, Matt? Matt? Do you actually think he made the right call there?
Who, Matt?
Yeah.
I think the other blonde girl was more bubbly. She's got a lovely character about her, Dave. I can't think of
That's
her
what
name.
I was thinking. I was convinced. I'm like, he's going to fuck them both off here and go
Yeah.
for Bianca. He's going to take a
Bianca,
punt.
yeah, I think she's a really good girl. She's a pretty girl. She's very bubbly. She's very honest, Dave. I don't think there's any sort of ulterior motive. She just wants to be in there. And when he pissed about, I was like, "Oh, you're a dick, mate." And then the only thing I would say is Jordan was right when she said he's going around fucking moping like he's made some like life changing decision. And it's like we've seen this with Matt nearly 4 times now, or whatever. He's just a dick, isn't he?
Yeah, and I don't know, before it was clear there was going to be a dumping, I do think Isabel was regretting that she put him straight in the friend zone. I do think she ballsed up a bit there because she had eyes for Luke or Josh, whichever, one of the twins. And so I think I respect the fact that she did friend zone Matt, but
Yeah.
in hindsight, as they've spent more time together, Matt was going full on, wasn't he? He was trying to make her laugh. He was trying to get out of the friend zone. So I think he's made the right call. But when he was going on, the camera work, the editors and whatever had spent so much time with Bianca. I thought, you know what, that'd be a bit of a wild card choice. That, and Anna was advising Matt, wasn't she? And Anna was thinking, she didn't really have much good to say about either. So, why not take a punt on the unknown?
Yeah, I agree. And I tell you what's strange, Dave. So we're just moving on slightly from that. Now, there's a couple of things we didn't really address, actually. We saw them on social media, and I think you mentioned it, but we didn't really talk about it. That one of our listeners, obviously Raven T, he thanked us, by the way, Dave, for giving a mention on the show. He did message Sam and say that he wanted her to grope me, which I'm still waiting for, Dave, and actually to grope you as well. So I don't know if we're going to film that or not. But anyway, but he did actually comment on the fact that there was a video showing Vanessa and Adam sat around a table. Yeah. Now, I don't know whether it looked like a talent agency job, and this was in May of this year. And then you're looking at, all of a sudden, these now trouble in paradise between Adam and Cartier. Now, to me, this is what I'm calling, Dave. You've seen, a few series now. There's a bit of uncertainty, but I can guarantee in a couple of days when all of Australia's like, he can't do that to Cartier, they're reunited, and he was just, thinking, and he loves her and all this, and they go on to win the show. I'm calling it now because I just call that complete bullshit. There was no reason for him just to be weird all of a sudden. I think he's been told to just create a little bit of drama, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I'm going to give an opposing view because I thought, I mean, I've been in this situation before where, you're kind of taking things at your own pace. And then actually, when you feel vulnerable, it's an uncomfortable feeling, and you think, actually, if I get any deeper here, I could really, I'll end up feeling vulnerable and then I'll get hurt. But I'm saying that because that's what I was guessing when I saw the kind of first look and whatever. That's what I was guessing was going to happen. But he seemed to be more standoffish and a bit worried that Cartier was just all in. And, we know she's fairly religious. She's only had one boyfriend in the past. I do think he's probably right to think she's probably naming her kids. So I think he might be right to just make it known that he's easing off the pedal a little bit because she's just absolutely all in there. So you might be right there. It might be a bit of forced drama, but actually reflecting on it, I can kind of see where he's coming from. But old Saint Adam, I'm afraid he's kind of been knocked off his perch a bit, because he's got that bad boy look and we weren't too sure about him, were we? And then everything that he did seem to have integrity about it. But yeah, this has seen him wobble a little bit.
It has, to be fair. And just on a side note, Dave, Sam is actually a few episodes behind us because she's decided to watch it while it's live on the UK. We're obviously about 6 episodes in front, aren't we, than I think what it's showing at the moment. And I've had to see that fucking dildo Owen again. And then when he told Jesse to brush your teeth and stuff, and I watched it with Sam, and it's even scary when you watch it the second time. And I've not said anything to Sam about who's gone, what's happened, anything about Owen. And she just sat there before and went, he's a fucking dick. And I just went, I'm so glad you said that. I said, because when he come in, she was like, oh yeah, he's a bit of me. And she said it on the show, didn't she? Like when she was on. And I said, I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to sway what me and Dave were saying. And she said, how controlling is that? She needs to fucking get away from him. Fucking red flags everywhere. And I said, you've said exactly what we and a lot of people have said. But that twat's still on my fucking TV, Dave. And I'm not happy because I need to catch up because I don't want to watch it.
He's coming back. He's like, last night's kebab. So I had a brain fart yesterday. I couldn't think of the term. It's gaslighting. I was looking for the term yesterday, what he's doing to everyone. And he is. He's a serial gaslighter. And he's just, like I say, no, even though he's gone though, he's still living on, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I'm sorry to keep mentioning him. Whether we'll get to the end of every episode, we just drop him in there. I'm not sure, but maybe we should challenge ourselves.
Let's get away from that Neanderthal prick and let's talk about something a bit more cutesy. So, I mean, what do you make to Gerard and Jesse?
Nice, Dave. I said to you, Gerard seems like a really top guy. He was dressed up today, which I thought was quite good, actually, with him and Matt, to be fair, when he said, should we just go for the chat? And he's got the full bathing suit on, having the pictures. I'm convinced by both of them. I think they're sweet. I don't think there's any malice in either of them. And I think they'll probably coast it to the end, whether when they get out of the villa, there'll be a couple, I'm not sure. But there seems to be a genuine connection there. So I'm quite happy with them too.
Yeah, and old Gerard doesn't look bad in a bikini, does he?
No, he doesn't, Dave. I was questioning me. So I would have had a chat with him as well.
No, so it'd be interesting where they go and if they go from strength to strength. Now, I mean, what do you make of Cassie and the twin?
Dave, it's Luke. It's Luke.
It's just once it's behind a locked door for some reason. I just, you know what? I'm gonna write it down.
Luke. I'm gonna keep telling you. Anna's with Josh. So, I think we're starting to understand. She dropped a comment in there today, which I was wary of. Obviously, I know I took the piss out of her, and I had a bit of a go at yesterday. But she did say about up and down, Dave. So whether she's suffering, a bit of sort of mental health stuff, I'm not sure. I'm sure being in that villa fucks with your mind and that, Dave. I still don't think it's the right environment for her if she wants her one true love and the person who's going to be the father of her children. I just don't believe that it's at all the right place. It's not an environment. I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to work out. I think she's either got too high standards and everyone she meets, she just is expecting more. I don't know. It's almost like someone said to her, play it cool, and, keep him mean and all that stuff. But she's treating them completely wrong. He's keeping them mean, and then he's just basically not even speaking to them like an ice queen. I just get mixed signals with her completely. I just don't understand. Even though it was a birthday, she got a lovely cake and that was nice. I'm not sure, Dave, at all.
You know what, Chris? Excuses are like arseholes. Everyone's got one, and they all stink, right? I just think she's just full of excuses for her behaviour. And I think it's probably role reversal because yesterday she was irritating you and I was trying to walk the middle line, but she's bugged me a bit today, a bit more again, because she's just making all these excuses. Oh, well, I've been really hurt in the past and that. And, it's just, again, like, wait, what the fuck are you doing on this show? You've seen other series, presumably. There's lots of them out there now. So, stop coming up with all of these excuses as to why you're so fucking off. And, when she said yesterday, you still have to woo me, I'm thinking, like, she's more like fucking snake charming. One wrong move and you get bitten. So they're not going to work. And again, she's saying to the, I always call it the diary room. I know that's Big Brother speak, but, when she's saying in there about, I just wish he'd make more of an effort. Like, all I fucking see is effort from him and no effort from you whatsoever. And, so I was a bit annoyed that he baked to the fucking cake, if I'm honest, because I'm like, for fuck's sake, just let her do a bit of pulling for a bit, just, I'm not having it at all. Like, they are not going to work, because at some point he's going to wake up and he's going to go, hang about, I'm doing all the grafting here and I'm getting nothing back at all. And the whole thing about fucking Isabel will just never go away. Even like 2 months, 3 months down the line, won't go away at all.
No, and it's funny that, because as I said about the episode I've just watched again, I think it's episode 11, that's when him and Cassie had the argument just before the bomb squad come in. And to be fair, I couldn't remember when we were talking about a couple of episodes ago, but genuinely, we were both right. She just basically absolutely just pied him off. She was a right go. And then all of a sudden she started crying and stormed off. It didn't make any sense. There was nothing Luke really did at that point. So I think I was validating, and you were validating what we said about her. It was there to see that she just totally overreacted, and the tears come within about 20 seconds. And he was looking as if to say, I ain't got a fucking clue what I've done here. And I'm watching it for the second time going, I still don't know what he did wrong. And this was before he'd kissed Isabel. So I genuinely, I don't get it. I don't get what she's about, to be honest. But you're right. Bad behaviour deserves to be called out, and she's just been a bit of a cock at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, interesting stuff. I think finally, the last thing I probably would say is these two new guys are coming in, and it's a bit weird that two have left and they've come in. There's a dynamic's going to change again. I still think they should have done the bomb squad with the guys, but we'll just have to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, Bianca must be a bit pissed off.
Yeah.
Get rid of two girls and you've got a couple of guys coming in. And she didn't really get a fair crack of the whip there. She got saved by Aaron, but then, he's all eyes for Cynthia, apparently. So, it must be tough if you're going in there. I mean, I didn't have too much sympathy when she said, I haven't even got to wear all my outfits.
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Yeah. But yeah, so, who knows what these guys are going to do, but, they look as much of a prized tool as anyone. Yeah, I'm going to shake things up. I'm going to come in and conquer the villa. Oh, you fucking twat.
Yeah. Anyway, right. So if you want to get in contact with the show, guys, at Love Island Cast on Twitter. If you want to email the show, the loveislandcast@gmail.com. And if you do like the show, please get onto your podcast catching app and drop us a review. Sorry, Dave, dog barks. So, Dave, another great episode. Anything you're going to lead us out with today, my friend?
Well, I'll just give a quick plug. So the VHS Strikes Back is one of the other podcasts Chris and myself do. And we went back and we looked at the 1982 Poltergeist movie and both scared the crap out of each other watching that.
Yep.
So if you want to have a laugh and see what we thought about that, going back and watching it many years later, give that a listen. It'll drop tomorrow morning.
Good
now,
stuff.
Chris, have you got anything to lead us out with?
No, Dave. All I'll say is I've still not thought of anything. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye now.